Welcome back, everybody. She was a founding member of COSAS at the age of 15. 3 decades later, she runs South Africa's economic powerhouse, the Gauteng province, fondly referred to as Mama Action by the GP Massive. Ladies and gentlemen, the sexiest premier in the whole country, Ms. NOMVULA MOKONYANE. Are you done, Bernice? Premier, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
I don't know what age you are, but whatever it is, I want to look like you.
I'm still maturing.
Okay. I love it. Now, apparently, you were the last born of 12 children.
Yes, I was.
That must have been a formidable household to be growing up in.
A very formidable household.
Yeah.
From loving parents.
Of course.
Who unfortunately are no more around. Pity they can't see their little girl.
I know.
But yes, indeed, a very formidable household, very supportive. 7 girls and 5 boys.
7 girls and 5 boys. Yeah. And everybody's still around?
Only 3 have passed on.
Okay.
9 is remaining.
Okay.
And we still, that family, we even have great-grandchildren now.
Oh, that's beautiful. Now, what kind of, what was it like growing up? I mean, it's a big number. I don't know what your parents did, how much money you had, but what kind of upbringing did you have?
My father was a professional teacher, teaching in a Catholic school.
Right. And
then he moved to the private sector after a while. My mom was an ordinary worker. She was working at an early childhood development center, Libita Krechi, today.
Okay, okay.
And I'm coming from humble beginnings.
Sure.
I brought up in a 4-roomed house.
Of course.
In Kagiso. Today is called Kagiso, but mina ngikhulele eVuka.
eVuka, of course.
Yes. And a 4-roomed house that was a home for all, including extended family members.
Of course, of course.
Even those that were living in the hostels when their wives were here in Egoli, they would come and spend their holidays at home. But we survived out of that, what was commonly known as a matchbox. But thanks to the strong family bond that we had, as well as a supportive community that I grew up under.
You have 3 children.
I have 3 kids, 2 boys and a little girl called Katleo.
Are you intending to spread the love to be the 12?
The factory is closed. Workers have been laid off.
The recession has hit.
Before even the recession, I had a forward plan.
Sure.
And I'm now a granny.
Oh, you are a granny?
Yes, I'm now a granny.
Here,
yes,
really?
And I'm looking forward to be the granny for a second grandchild that is now coming.
When you were growing up, what did you think? Who did you think you were going to be, or where did you think you'd end up?
You laugh at it. Growing in a Catholic environment.
Right.
Habo Sister Barry, what do you want to be? We would all raise our hands and say, "Kiwa sister."
Oh, really?
Absolutely. And it was all because of the love and the care that they always gave to us, and the sacrifice that they demonstrated. But moving beyond that, my intention was to be a social worker.
Okay. Well, you run really the biggest province in the country. That's, you gotta be pretty formidable for that. That's no child's play, right?
It's not a child's play. Worse when you are a woman.
Right.
But also with all the challenges coming at a time when it's not fun.
Right,
You have lots of pressures. People have gone through 15 years of democracy. So as a papadi, it's time to act. It's time to be decisive. It's time to take everybody on board. But most importantly, you have to do it with humility and open up opportunities for everybody.
You are still a member of the ANC Women's League.
I am, for
Is the ANC Women's League still relevant today?
It's much more relevant now, because it has to play its advocacy role beyond the African National Congress.
Right.
It also has to lead by example in terms of astuteness of politicians, and most importantly, guard the little that we have been able to realize today. Me and you sitting here. Remember, 25 years ago, surely there wouldn't be...
I wouldn't be here.
Same here.
Right.
And it's those things that we need to nurture and remind those that came before us that it has not been an easy road.
Sure.
And not be too comfortable with what we have.
It's way too early to be comfortable.
Absolutely.
But here's the question that I have for you, that I was really disappointed that pre-Polokwane, the ANC Women's League, could not, even as a symbolic gesture, select a woman, one woman, in that horrible, horrible fight that was going on.
Listen, I think what is also quite important is for people to appreciate how the ANC functions. The Women's League is the Women's League of the ANC.
Sure.
And the processes happen within the African National Congress. And what we really strive for is to not just have women, but is to have women, but over and above that, also have people who are conscious of the rights and the responsibilities that women also are entitled to. Sure. And therefore, when you look at the leadership, you look at the leadership of the African National Congress beyond just the issue of woman. But indeed, who said the ANC doesn't have that potential, the number of women who have the potential? But indeed, you need to look at the time, the program, the agenda, and be able to say who is better placed to champion this. And hence, we were all fully behind President Jacob Zuma to be the candidate. And also being quite conscious that the 50-50 gender parity is not the solution. You need to also make sure that there is empowerment in terms of programs, in terms of opportunities, especially on the economic front.
Of course.